up, family? We back here with another episode here at the Average Joe Podcast. Again, good morning, good evening, good night. Whenever this catch your sight, make sure you tune into us. I'm, of course, one half of your host here, King Tons, and you know I got...
Deontay.
Now, I know, of course, you definitely see a new face here. As usual, we try to bring people through now, so that way they can give you some insight or give you some information, or even just to promote what they got going on. I'm going to let him introduce himself, and then, of course, he's going to give you where you can follow him at and what he got going on. I'm going to let him take you from here.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ian Bryce. You can follow me at Ian Bryce 3000 on all platforms. And I'm a stand-up comedian and an improviser and a certified peer specialist as well.
Yep, so he's all in one. Make sure you go ahead and hit that follow button. See what he has going on down the road. And, of course, even watch some of his videos because he has a lot. So he has a lot of content out there. We're going to hop into it as we usually do. A few of our AJOs. Now, first one. This recently happened. A lot going on in the world, especially in politics right now. So I'm going to get you guys' opinion on it. Kamala Harris. What is your first thought? Now, her potentially being, because they haven't officially announced it just yet, but the Democratic nominee for president. We'll start with, I'll start with you, Tate, and I'll, of course, give him the opportunity to say what he wants, and I'll be last.
All right.
How you feel about her?
I don't really know how to feel about her. I don't know I don't know too much about her.
Okay. How do you? Okay, let me ask this to in a different way then. How do you feel about having a woman as president? You feel like it would be good, bad, or indifferent?
Indifferent. I'm used to women being in charge.
Smart answer.
Yeah.
The survey says right answer.
Hey, no, I mean, it wouldn't make a difference to me.
World still gonna spin.
I don't think. Now this might sound a little crazy, but I don't think too much gonna change for me at least. Okay,
I can see that. Ian, what would you say about it? How do you feel about her?
Well, I think obviously she's the obvious choice, right? Because we're like, this is your backup job, so you should be able to be promoted, right, to this one. But we haven't seen a lot of her. I feel like in the last 3 years, like where have you been, Kamala?
Yeah.
Like what have you been doing? We just heard about her at the border, and we know that's not going well. It's not. If you even look at the numbers from Trump, the people that have crossed now, before it was mainly South Americans. Now you even got some Chinese and some, and some people from islands coming in. Haitians are coming over too. So,
I know. See, I seen the big group of what was it? Yeah, I seen the big
politically correct.
I seen the big group of people, walking in. I didn't know it was everybody.
Yeah.
See, I'm not really into politics, so I'm.
Okay, and
I don't really know.
Let me kind of ask the same question. How do you feel about the idea of having a woman president now?
I think that's fine. For majority of my childhood, I was raised by three women. They're also Indian and black, just like Kamala. So it'd be nice to see representation.
Looks like
right, and first Asian president too. A lot of people don't consider Indians Asian. Mm-hmm. They are Asian, South Asian. Okay. See, look, you got the face. I know. I've been trying to write a good about this.
The way you position it, if you look at the map, is the way it's positioned. They are considered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we.
You let her do right now.
He's letting that sink in.
Yeah.
Man, and to go off of how I personally feel about the situation is, my first thought is Biden did the right thing. And what I mean by that is because he realized that he wasn't in a position to actually be able to win. Mm-hmm. Like, when I was looking at it, and I looked at it...
He's not in a position
to carry his...
be a president. He can't...
You know what I thought about the other day?
He probably
and
can't
joke.
wipe his own butt.
But
he needs to relax. Right?
You know what I thought about the other day? My grandmother is about 65, and she wears Depends. I'm not putting your business out there, Grandma, but you know what it is. Right? Dang. Biden is 81 years old. I know he wear the pants. I'm just like, I wonder if he's taking a shit right now. They're giving that speech. Just standing up there taking a shit. All this goes through my mind. So, I would have still voted for Biden just because of his opposition. I just don't like a lot of the things Trump is going to do or is thinking of implement. Even in his recent speech, he said, if you elect me again, you don't got to worry about voting no more. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? You got to watch. I'll show you though. But I was like, man, that's kind of crazy. But back to Kamala, I think as you mentioned, she's the obvious choice. She's next. That's how it has been operated for years. That's why when Biden was VP, he became president, and so forth and so forth. So I think
I do got a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Who is gonna be her vice president?
She hasn't picked yet, so we're waiting to see. Right. Now I think that she may pick somebody from a swing state like Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. I forgot his name off the tip of my tongue, but I gotta remember it. But I'll make sure to incorporate something about it. But I think I like the idea of having a woman president. Just as you guys mentioned, we've been raised by women all our life. A woman been handling business in our life for the majority of our life until we became men. I would like to see because a woman comes with a different aspect.
It's gonna be different.
Yeah, she comes with. They're more. Their attention to detail is better, and the way they may go around to do things is a little bit different from a man, but they still get the job accomplished. And I'm interested in seeing how that goes.
I guess I got another question.
Go ahead.
How? In what way do you think it's gonna be different if she does become president?
I think they handle a woman has more of a nurturing being surrounding her or energy. They're more of a nurture. Right now, I feel like the country needs healing. Yeah. Like we're in a we're at each other's throat.
Hold on, all right.
So to speak.
Oh, do you want to answer before I
sure.
counter that?
I think it'll be more diplomacy. You know,
yeah.
Women are known to be better communicators. They'll talk it out more, and just how we. Like when Trump was president, it's like kill them all, we're done.
build the wall.
Bye. You're losers.
Play until we
Yeah.
All right. No, I agree with both of those. I just don't know about right now. Like I understand inside the country that's what we need, but what's going on? Like, see, I do know a little bit about that because that's like military and like war and stuff like that. So it's like I kind of want to know about that stuff in case I need to
scrap up.
Protect right. So like, I don't know if we need. Not saying we need like Trump or something, but I don't know if we would need like
that at this moment.
Soft.
I don't think she's soft because y'all remember she was a prosecutor before.
Okay, bad choice of words, but like
more of
the nurturing,
a gentler touch.
Yeah.
Oh, now I don't. With me saying she's a nurturer, that's an asset she has as a woman in general. I feel like all women have a portion of nurturing.
I was more so asking like, as in being the president. How do you think?
I think. Well, go ahead.
What do you mean? Say it again.
What aspects that she would bring as being the president?
As a woman. Yeah. Because every woman is nurturing.
But she also.
Well, I don't know. You guys have met my mom. Wouldn't say that. But I really do think that.
But first, I got to give backstory. I've been known to not be good with my with my words and the way I describe things. So first, am I making sense? As in the questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. I've been told my explanation of things goes.
I remember that.
Right. Yeah. I'm always gonna ask from now on.
You would know what he's talking about if you watch the episodes.
If you're watching, you know. I'm gonna ask every time.
Okay.
But
there's no problem.
Just so long as y'all get what I'm saying.
But
right, cool.
I think I feel like she's gonna bring that aspect, but not the. She down for business too, though. We gotta remember what she did before she was VP. She was a prosecutor.
I didn't know all.
I mean, and that's why I would say she's gonna come with a different breath of air. I would say, so to speak, because on one hand she's a woman, right? And she's multi-race, right? Mm-hmm. So she's gonna have a different outlook on just from that, and then but on the other hand, she's also was a prosecutor. So she's gonna come abiding by the law, because that's what she was That's what she did for her career.
Those debates are going to be fun.
If he does those.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it, but he was already kind of backpedaling.
Right. She's not really nominated yet, so I'm not going to jump in. Yeah,
well. If she is, come to Fox.
Yeah.
Like, what Fox going to do from that ass whooping?
Right.
But enough of that. Let me go on to my next one. And this is a little bit more serious, so I want to get you guys' opinion on. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but if you haven't, I'll explain the situation. The recent police shooting in Chicago. I do believe. Correct me, guys, if I'm wrong pronouncing their name. Forgive me. Massey. So I'm gonna explain the situation. Have you guys seen it?
Mm-hmm.
You seen it?
Sonny
Massey.
Yeah.
I know about it. I didn't want to watch the video. Those kind of videos tend to upset me. So.
I got you. So
I didn't want. Understandable.
I haven't seen the video, but I know
what's going on.
Yeah.
So of course, what I want to talk about and also convey to the audience and get their opinion. So make sure you guys comment your opinion as well. If you've seen it, I know you didn't see it, but if you've seen it, did she not?
I know
what happened.
Yeah,
but did she not put the pot down?
Oh, so I don't.
Right.
I don't know
She
about
did.
that.
I thought I was tripping for a second because he was like, when she started rebuking him, the pot was already down.
Yeah, I think that's why he went to jail so fast.
Okay.
That was the fastest. I was surprised that they arrested him so fast.
See, but this is where my scrolling come in when I'm able to do it. I did hear that I read that if you look at some footage, the other police officers are like looking at him.
Correct, yeah. Like motherfucker, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Because he did. Yeah. And I want to make sure that the reason why I really want to ask this particular or get on this particular topic is because it's something close to home, I would say, for all of us here, and especially if you watched it. There's no way you cannot ignore not even the race, but the humanity of the situation. It was like, he didn't even see her as human. Like, even the discussion after the shooting, it's no need to go get a med kit. That's a headshot.
Right, exactly.
Oh, my damn.
Exactly.
He said that?
Yeah.
See, that's why I don't watch the video.
So I was like,
that kind of stuff.
I was like, he acted like she was a deer just running across the goddamn highway. I was like, that's wild. But
and she was suffering, with schizophrenia, right?
Yeah. Mental illness. Now I will give him credit don't get me wrong. If you watch the officer, when he first arrived to the house, he said, he basically was asking, are you having a mental episode? And she said, no, I'm good.
That's not credit.
No, because he asked.
Yeah, I would say the same thing.
No.
If I was having a mental episode, I'm fine. Yes, of course.
Hold on, wait.
I'm not saying give him credit like
no.
He did nothing wrong. I'm saying
if you had the presence of mind to ask that, why couldn't you not shoot her?
That's true.
If you can ask that question going in, and the shit go left, all right, maybe she is.
Yeah, I agree. And the only reason I'm saying I would give him some credit because he had a.
If you're gonna become a police officer, you should at least be able to get hit with some boiling water from a woman.
Well, if you watch the video, he did say, "I'm not gonna take boiling water to the face."
You're right.
So he was already thinking about that.
See, but
my thought process would be, okay, let me tase your ass.
See, but I wouldn't become a police officer because I know I'm not gonna be able to take a fucking pot of water to the face.
But let's not forget, the pot of water was already in the scene.
Right, the trigger really was saying rebuke.
Yes.
Right? He's like, she said she's going to rebuke me. So he doesn't know the common English language. I don't know why, I can't even think, what did he think rebuke meant? Fuck you up? Is that what he thought rebuke meant?
That's why that's what I It's funny that you said that because I was
know.
What? I had two different thoughts. I say, well, maybe he did. Maybe he was a demon. Right, and she was rebuking what she's seen as a entity. Or my second thought was what you just said. Maybe he did not understand what the fuck she was talking about,
right?
And felt threatened. But
he never heard the word rebuke before.
I know he has.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I hope he has. So.
I feel like he has. But because again, we gotta take where he works. He works in an urban community. There's not. I probably say rebuke at least once a day. I rebuke this bill right now in the name of Jesus.
He did say to other people, she said she was going to rebuke me. Like, that was a good defense. Like, well, she was going to rebuke me, guys. Okay.
Bro,
and
y'all lying. He said that in the video?
Yeah, he's telling the other officers she was going to rebuke me.
It was a fucked up situation, and I feel like. But if I take his background, they said that he moved from 4 different precincts as well.
6.
He was 6.
6.
Damn. So
and
he got
discharged from the army.
And he had 2 DUIs or something, right?
I remember that one.
I think they say he also had some DUIs.
How is he
or something.
still a
I'm just
police
like,
officer?
what the fuck?
The bar is low for police
No.
officers.
Hold on, wait. A dude showed up to my work the other day intoxicated. And
They cut him off?
yeah, so how does a police officer get a DUI and still be able to be a police officer?
The point
He should be a traffic cop or something like
no,
that, or
he
in the
should have
library.
badge.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
That's what I was saying at first. But if you still gonna keep him, he should be
under scrutiny.
Yeah.
Listen, as a peer specialist, right? What I would say they would have to put him into treatment.
Yeah.
He obviously needs some mental health treatment that was not being treated
addressed.
as well. Could have been substances too. Who knows? He could have been on some as well.
Man, that's crazy. That's why I kind of backpedal, and I'm glad she's multi-race. Like I know we're going back to Kamala, but she of course said something. She didn't say something as quickly as I would have liked her to. Let me just put that one out there. But she eventually addressed the family. Now I hope with someone of her stature in the White House, she's going to look at this as a serious situation, and we get a bill like the anti-hate Asian bill. I want something similar for black people, or at least finish the fucking George Floyd bill and make sure you don't remove the teeth out of it, so it's a goddamn gun bill. But hopefully she's seeing this situation, gonna put her stamp on it, like, and be the first president to actually like, all right, this is fucking enough.
Yeah.
Because this type of guy should not have been on. I know how they leave one precinct or get fired from one precinct, but can go get another job. That shouldn't be a thing. I don't think that. If you got fired before, that was because you did something wrong.
Right. Did they not call a reference?
Yeah.
You know?
Or is it he's a good guy. Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. Do they not do background checks?
They do.
Well, you know, the boys, they always protect themselves. The blue, right? So they probably wouldn't even tell, on each other.
And I want to make sure we're making this clear. We don't hate the police. We don't. We just feel like, well, let me speak for me. I feel like it could be some changing. It not even could be. It needs to be some changes happen. Because if you're there to protect the service, no way this woman called the police because she felt like it was a prowler outside of her home get killed in her home. That makes no type of sense.
She should. Well, one, I don't hate the police. It just rubbed me the wrong way. You get what I'm saying? Where it's like the vibe changes when they're around. It's just like,
we always get pulled over. We're walking from somewhere else.
Yeah,
we are going. Hold on, sir.
You guys fit a description. Your car, your skin, and your everything.
I'm like,
I just
a whole bunch of it out
here. Like, it's not like I'm gonna disrespect them or anything. It's just I'm not going out of my way.
Yeah.
And overly or glossy up.
Yeah. The second thing, we know they're supposed to protect and serve, but nobody dislikes the fire department.
Yeah, those are heroes.
No,
yes.
Those are like the top 10 most respected jobs. They're like right up there.
And then I was gonna say nobody is gonna call the paramedics because it's expensive as hell. Yeah. But don't nobody not like them.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
They the only ones where it's like protect and serve, and nobody likes it.
A whole bunch of.
I got a friend who couldn't get into the fire department and became a police officer. Couldn't get. I don't know what they didn't pass. Physical, psychological. Yeah, we're still friends. They're not police officers anymore. But yeah,
maybe they were too.
Backup plan was police officer.
Okay,
right.
Just some type of public service.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, and here, of course. Y'all let us know in the comments how you feel about the situation of the shooting. Do you feel like it needs to be some type of reform with the police? Do you feel like this guy, of course, was in the wrong? And if you watch the video, of course, give us your opinion on how you think and seeing what happened. Happened. Let us know what you're feeling in the comment section below. We appreciate that. I'm gonna let Tay take over real quick with he got a quick average Joe opinion. And you're going to give it, and then we're going to move on to our main.
Can I say one thing? So I was in a very similar situation that Miss Macy was in
in your house?
3 years ago, yes.
Oh, fuck
where So first backstory, it's 2021, COVID, right? I'm bored, I'm doing a lot of drugs. Okay? That's what I'm doing every day. I'm taking edibles every day, every moment.
Having a good time.
Yeah. So, at one point, Charlie Murphy was speaking to me. He was telling me that I am black, that they're rooting for me. I count as black to them. And you gotta keep doing what you gotta do.
Hold on.
Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy.
He sounds like he sounds?
Yes, exactly.
That fucked me up.
I know, but I was listening. Right.
Okay.
So
Charlie Murphy is crazy.
I was taking these edibles, and what I found out was if you stop taking the THC, you can go into psychosis. It's when you withdraw. So I was like, I'm done with these edibles. Stop. And all of a sudden, I'm up for 2 days straight. And I am not doing well, and I'm thinking like the craziest thing. I think my wife is white. I'm like, this white bitch is trying to kill me. I know she's trying to murder me.
What you put in this food, Annie?
Yeah, exactly. So my wife is a licensed therapist,
okay.
and she's like, okay, I gotta call someone to come take him to the psych ward or get evaluated or something.
Just get him some help.
Yeah, call the cops, come up, and like I put it on when I see the lights, right? I'm like, I'm good,
Showtime.
Exactly. So I'm like, oh,
you gotta survive.
I do my Trump impression. I'm like, oh, bitches, man, they're crazy, right? So I don't know what's going on. So they tell her like, she seemed fine to me, and she goes, no, like he's doing crazy stuff. He pushed me, and they go, push. Oh, that's assault.
Yeah.
He beat. Well, we're taking him to jail then. And she's like, don't arrest him. He needs mental help.
Yeah.
Or just a day to kind of let the edible wear off.
Right.
Or a few days or a weekend.
Well, nobody. She didn't know. I mean, I didn't know about that. You could go through psychosis if you stop taking.
No, me either.
THC.
You teach me something.
Yeah. Right. You wean yourself off. But yeah, I did go to jail for that. I did. I
shit.
Yeah, I did go to jail.
Oh, fuck no. Okay, let me ask you this, if you don't mind. I'm assuming, of course, you had a court date. Did they throw it out?
Yes.
Okay.
Because he signed it off.
Because I was about to say, I would have fucking stopped. Like, I would have fucking. It would have been a fucking.
That video of that dude.
It would have been Hulk Hogan at the goddamn. I'd have been struggling to try to rip the end of it, but I've been like Hulk Hogan when he hit the rally. He had a little piece that he couldn't rip.
What's the video of the dude jumping over the podium to get the judge?
I remember we did that one. But man, that. You kind of proved the point of what we were saying. Like, it should be defund, but I feel like it should be replacing the defund. It should be an organization or a group in each state and counties where they have specialists like yourself that come out and actually, hey, before you go, I know you probably doing something. Let's just talk about what's going on. What did you just do? Oh, okay, so this is that. So he don't need to go to jail. He just need to calm down because he was a little too high.
I think they need to maybe do cut the budget a little bit, but redirect. So like.
Oh, this now.
And I stole this from Naruto literally just now. They should expand the teams, so you still have
the police officer, but you
you
have a specialist.
Add that.
Well, some cities are doing that. They'll
okay.
send a therapist out and a peer specialist like me just to come and talk talk to them instead of police, because some people see a police uniform. They're already like, what the fuck is going on now? So just having another person dressed in regular clothes.
I still think the officers should be there just in case, because you know.
They still go Super Saiyan on your ass.
Exactly. Just because you
right. If it gets physical or violent, right?
And I wonder what you would say though.
And
come get his ass.
I think you said it's a peer specialist.
Peer specialist and a therapist.
I think they should be trained too. They don't have to wear the uniform,
like a hip toss or something.
Yeah, still be trained to get away. So, but
right.
I think they should expand the team. They got.
I think also training should be re-looked at. Okay, but if you're not in a situation where somebody has a visible weapon or something that could really do damage if they aren't approaching with that weapon, Hit him with the taser. Hit him with the mace. What you got a baton for?
Tasers can kill people.
Well, I guess they saw the baton when they beat Roddy King. It's all
too much baton.
You know that. Yeah. And you got caught on camera, really.
They can't even detain people without goddamn.
Yeah. It just seems like our community is in a peculiar situation, and I just feel like it needs more attention and more of I mentioned a delicate touch. In that area, I feel like she can be a little more delicate with because.
I agree.
We've suffered with it for too long now.
I agree. In house.
Yeah.
I was just saying
correct.
like, because it's actual wars going on right now.
Yeah.
And we kind of like sending them people funding and weapons and
money,
paying for the bombs and the food.
Yeah. So like,
what side are we really on?
Yeah. We're in the middle, right?
They're not gonna forget about.
I'm gonna let Tay take over, and then after that, we're gonna go into our main for today.
I thought mine was. I can talk about it.
Good.
I don't think y'all can talk about it. But that movie, and that's all I'm gonna say. That movie is great. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody. That movie was amazing.
What's your rating on it? Out of 10, of course.
I'm still processing.
Okay. I can give you that.
Early on, I would say probably. I gotta go. I'll probably go 8 or 9 right now.
Oh, okay. Fuck out of here.
No.
Wait, why are you not saying the name of the movie? We were gonna get demonetized.
No. It's Deadpool and Wolverine.
Okay.
But
I
want, bro.
8 or 9.
Listen, you said
that's fucking high.
You said you're an X-Men fan.
Yes.
They did everything you wanted to see. They had a good representation.
Oh no, I mean, all right. At least for me, it was an 8 or 9. It was a character in the movie. There was a few characters in that movie.
What they got right? Okay. I'm gonna definitely.
See, I'm trying to build up the hype.
Because I'm gonna definitely check it out.
I was hyped.
But here, of course, we're just gonna get right into a few questions. Now, if you haven't heard or weren't listening or ain't paying attention, make sure you pay attention because he already said it. But he is a comedian, so of course.
Oh no. I do have one more.
Okay.
You mentioned you are a peer specialist.
Mm-hmm. Speak on that a little bit, yeah.
Do you mind explaining what that is and what they do?
No problem. So a peer specialist is someone with lived experience.
Okay.
So they've recovered from a mental health issue or a substance abuse problem. Mm-hmm. For me, both. And then we just help you get through it. Hey, you can become something successful too. You can do it. Or I've been there. Some of these therapists, they just go to school, right? Blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
It's like no.
You ain't lived this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You want that shit in the gym?
Exactly.
Okay, because I was gonna put it into because when you said it, it's more like. Nah, you can't really put it that way. Cause I was gonna say it's like being trained by somebody that played in like a professional sport and somebody who was a amateur, but they kind of both got experience.
Right, different.
So
different
so basically you're saying you're someone that has
lived. I've been there, right? I've been there, right?
And have
overcome,
mm-hmm. And that you. Help other people.
Right, really providing hope more than anything.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, when they're deep in this addiction, mental health, they're like, that's it for me. This is it for me. I was going to keep doing heroin. I'm going to keep drinking because I'm never going to stop.
I can feel
pull them out of that hole.
Yes. Right, exactly.
That's deep.
How do you get into something like that?
So for that, you got to be sober for a year.
Okay.
Or recover from your mental health. By recover from your mental health, I mean you weren't in the psych ward or anything like that.
Okay.
That's usually general things. You take a class, 72-hour class. You got to do a whole internship, 600 hours. Take a test, and you got to register with the state, and you're good. You're good to go. Treat like any other licensed professional. Yeah.
So if you didn't know about that, make sure if you are somebody that's going through that and you're able to basically, it sounds like to me, each one teach one, where you're able to use your story to help somebody else.
Yeah, you got it, boy.
I fuck
boy. That's it. Exactly.
So is it?
Yeah.
Is it like?
I fuck with that though.
Yeah, no, I do. I'm trying to think. So you know how like you going to a therapist has like a stigma around it? Is it less? What's the word I'm looking for? Less
scrutiny.
Yeah, like is it? How does it work? Is it easier for people to come to you versus going to a therapist because it has like a negative
connotation on it?
Yeah.
I'd say a lot of people don't know about peer specialists. Like still to this day. They're not educated enough to know. Like you don't even got to talk to like a real. Like you could just.
I do ask that question.
Yes, you do.
Most of y'all wouldn't even have known what a peer specialist was if it wasn't for me. Right. See, right. So
appreciate. That.
So if you're somebody in that situation that could of course assist somebody else and you meet all the criteria as you mentioned, make sure you go do that so that way you can become certified, right?
Yep, that's right.
How does someone watching, if they want to reach out to you or a peer specialist, how do they
usually go to some kind of agency to do it, but there's also online groups. You type in peer specialist, you can do virtual groups that I host sometimes. There's also free groups too if you want to.
Okay. Yeah. So again, make sure go ahead and give me your social media account so they can know if they want to reach out to you specifically.
Sure. Ian Bryce 3000 and the Ian Bryce on TikTok.
Make sure you go ahead and tap in with them if you're somebody that wants to do those type of services or somebody that can benefit from those services. Make sure you go ahead and definitely tap into it. I am going to pivot a little bit though to go over some questions because I really had a lot of questions for you.
Okay.
From the comedian aspect.
I came up with
my first one, and then of course we can go question for question, Tay, and then let him respond. We're living in 2024, right? We know everything that's going on. Would you say that we have become too sensitive around comedy?
It's a great question. I'm going to say no. I know, right? Crazy.
Okay, break it down for me.
You can say what you want in a different way than with the old school, direct way. And I'm passionate about that because times have changed. We don't talk like old 1912. There you go.
How did they?
Yeah, exactly. We don't do that anymore. Speech changes.
Go around yonder.
Yeah, exactly. Things change, so we just have to change a little bit too. And if you're not creative enough to figure out how to make someone laugh without saying offending someone, get off. That's what I say.
So here, same thing. I'm gonna ask this in general, Tay, if you had any input on that one or not.
If I think
comedy has been, or we put too much.
Are we more sensitive? Yeah. Me personally, I'm gonna say yeah, cause like my favorite. I don't know if Bernie Mac could have been Bernie Mac, because he's one of my favorite comedians. I don't think he could have talked about his nephew and his niece and stuff like that. In 2024, that he would have. You can't talk about your kids like that. You can't talk about your family like that. I ain't even gonna do it. Y'all know his aunt was. I guess it was his aunt putting his nephew on the bus, and the bus driver kept leaving him. Do y'all know that one? He could not do that. He could not do that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think,
but could he say it in a different way?
He could, but I
don't think
it will hit the same.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
because it's time periods are a thing. It's
kind of like it reminds me of like when everybody remember, of course, if you ever smoked weed when you first smoked your first blunt. It don't hit the same. You still get hard afterwards.
Yeah,
but it's just like it's a different
the first time.
Yeah.
To put it in a context that I will understand. I'm trying to think of a good player. Yeah, because that'll go left. I'm trying to think of a good player. All right. Damn. No. We we all know like Larry Bird is like
she known for threes.
Good, like super great, right? He wouldn't be able. I don't think him, Magic. I don't know. I don't think they'll be able to play.
And this league, you're crazy. You smoking crack now. No,
bro,
no way,
bro,
no way,
bro.
The
ball handle is the game is not physical anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Why they want to dominate.
No, they would get called for offensive fouls.
No. So what I mean by
defensive fouls.
So what I mean by let me rephrase that. Maybe not physical was a good word. They were more athletic. Because the keep up with them at that particular pace, I feel like it would have been crazy.
I don't think, bro. No. Hold on, wait. Them boys. Magic was a different kind of thing at 6'9" playing point guard. We got LeBron. We got kids that's 7 foot playing almost guard now, getting drafted. It's a kid.
The hormones in the meat.
That's what I'm saying. But don't get me wrong. I don't think the players today could play back then either, because the way it was officiated, you couldn't dribble a ball like this. That's a carry. That's a travel. They do it all the time now. You can't. You wouldn't. So it go both ways. But I'm just saying, like,
I kind of not cut you off, but I kind of agree with both of you guys at the same time. I feel like yes, we're in a new age, and we need to, of course, with things growing and proceeding and going forward, you never want to regress. But also, as for a situation that you meant, Bernie Mac,
AC kicking boy. But no, to answer,
I think he could have worded it better.
Yeah, I was gonna say I heard that question. I do think he would be able to say it because he went from those stand-ups to the Bernie Mac show. And it was kind of the same. If you knew,
he just showed it played out.
Like it. Excuse me. Burp. It is possible. So I do agree with you, but I also personally think it is kind of
watered down.
Yeah, it's kind of more.
No, it's really like I'm gonna give an example like Dave Chappelle, right? Okay. I love him, right? I love the guy from being a kid, right? Yeah. But he's still doing those trans jokes. So he's purposely made the choice to double down and continue to make trans jokes, but he still has an audience. He's isolated some of America, right? But he's decided I'm good. Fuck you guys. I'm gonna still make them. And he probably just make them now because we the whole society like stop doing that. That's what I think he's doing at this point.
Basically, like,
poking the bear.
Poking.
Right. Now, the kind of piggyback of what you just said, as far as Dave Chappelle's situation, I feel like he's doing that because he feels like I have the freedom of speech, and which he does, and I think he's also not only the freedom of speech, but he just trying to let them know that, hey, this is really jokes. Yeah, and I think that's what they're just clashing at. Like they don't talk about us, and he like I'm gonna talk about you because it's jokes. But I do get what you're saying, like where it's you still can say what you want to say, but it's a way around it. Now he does a great job of way around it because some stuff will go over your head if you're not listening or paying attention to it.
I was gonna ask because I haven't watched any Dave Chappelle since.
What?
Didn't he drop something smoking a cigarette around the pandemic?
He did.
That was the last thing I seen. Cigarette. So I don't know what kind of are they bad jokes? Are they like what's the word
degrading?
Yeah, are they degrading jokes?
I'd say yes, but it's very purposeful. Okay. It just seems very purposeful.
I can't disagree with
that.
A targeted type of thing.
Like, because you even talk about it. You guys don't like these, tee and then go with it. It's like my little kid, fucking with you, right?
Okay.
I think it is purposeful, but I think it goes. That's one of those situations where you gotta be like, we gotta go to the scorecard for this, but I can't judge it because it's like, again, they said no. He said yes because it's just jokes and this is what I want to say. And then they say they just going back and forth, and then he comes back with, well, I had a trans friend, but that's kind of like I had a black friend. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of like I can see both sides, and it's just like for the media, for me, I would just say for that particular situation, it's just I would agree with you. He just worded it better, maybe. But then it's still making a joke about him, and they don't want to be joked about.
Okay, hold on, wait. I got.
What is jokes? I can understand that too.
Question. Right. Why is he?
Because they would come. They did come for him.
Yeah.
Did they come for him first? Did he? What happened?
I think he said a joke, and they didn't like it.
Yeah, those are just said a joke. Like that's transphobic.
Yeah. And he was like, motherfucker, this is jokes.
It's been years now.
So was that the first joke, or is it something?
He said one joke. They came back and said no. He came back with a whole special, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of which, not to go down a rabbit hole. The next question for you is.
Oh no! Wait! I ain't asked.
Okay.
So my question is kind of gonna play off his question, and it's what do you think about the comedy scene at the moment, and do you think it's dead or dying? Like, I guess
the art form?
Yeah, because I'm not that old.
We old.
No, I'm not that old. But even when I was coming up, it was more so like a comedy special. And I feel like more so now, it's just like internet skits, like internet comedian. I don't know what
personality.
Damn, I should have wrote. That's a good question. Do you think like internet comedians are? What's the difference between stand up? Like, I don't know. It's confusing because when I think of comedy and stuff, I think of more like people standing on a
platform
stage
and telling jokes.
Yeah, like that's something you have to. Not saying that. I don't know. It's confusing. What do you think about it being in
the space
comedy scene? Like?
I think stand-up's alive and well. I think COVID really now since COVID, people want to be out. I'm gonna go. Fuck it. I'm going out. Hell yeah! I'll sit right next to you and cough on you. Like I don't give a fuck.
They realized how short life was. It was like they took how many years from me? I aged during that time. I didn't get to do shit during that time. I'm older. So that's kind of like.
So I think that's a huge reason also why it's still going. And I think comedians have adapted. Okay. I know you've seen a million crowd work clips on it. Because that's what comedians like to do now. It's like, I'm going to do a little crowd work, you're going to laugh, then you're going to come buy a ticket and see me. That's the hopes that they're doing this crowd work. And it's not a joke you heard because it was a crowd work. It was just me and that person in that moment, you know?
Okay.
So, and then for internet comedians, you know, it's annoying. I say, okay, like who's that guy? Like King Bach or like they work backwards. They get the followers and then like, oh, now I've taken your spot at the Funny Bone.
I would see that's okay. That's kind of where I told you my questions and explanations don't be. That's kind of where I wanted to go with it. Where it's like you would sit and write a whole show and they could come up with a 90-second clip and
gain the followers.
How does that work? Then they come over into your world and you're like,
motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. They're still your job. The black job. They're taking them.
What is a black job? But yeah, how does that work?
You know, I gotta respect an artist doing artistry. So, like, hey, you did a video, they liked it, okay. I blame more of the club, you know. If they're more than anything, if that's the side that they want to go with, is just who's got the most followers today. Okay, you're going on, you know. That's.
I think they see it as a business point from the club's point of view because they need asses in the seats now. We're not gonna play like they don't. But I do get what you're saying, like. If the ass come in that seat and this person bummed, what happened to the ass? It's walking out.
Yeah. You got that one time though, but you did give him that one time, right?
And then to kind of to your point, I don't know if you seen it or not, Funny Marco, had made a post about what's her name, Bobby, the white girl that does like the little. Her comedy is kind of weird. She does a podcast, and he was like, "Well, I'm cutting her because when we did stand up, it just went right." Mm-hmm. And she even came back and rebutted him and said, "That's just not my form. She said I have social anxiety. I don't do comedy that way. So it's a lot of those that we've seen be funny online, but when they actually transition, they can't do it.
Yeah.
And so I feel like they should. I kind of like how DC Young Fly did it, where he did do it the way you said. He was on the internet, but before he went heavy on the stand up, he went and studied people. He went and found his voice in the art form, and then went and do it. Because at that point, you have both entities. I feel like, kind of what we talked about earlier, it matters to put asses in the seat. We 100% can ignore that. Yeah. But we can't shit on that artistry of it and just be like, oh, I'm going to go do it because I was so funny online.
Exactly.
So I like the way he did it online. That's kind of the pivot I want to know now. How do you formulate your jokes? Is it from a reference from your life, or is it something you experienced, or how do you actually come up with it?
My thing is, I'm gonna write something that you can't steal, something only I can say. That's the way I approach my comedy. It's it's just personal. It's experience.
Oh, if you say it, it'd be wild.
Right. It wouldn't make sense, right? if you said it, right. So that's the way I approach my comedy. Always coming from myself, being myself, showing pieces of.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, since you mentioned it, have you ever seen or heard somebody attempt a joke that you did, actually you performed and they come back and do it? Because there's been a lot of from the Cat. We ain't going nowhere. From the Cat Williams interview, we've noticed a lot of everybody come out saying everybody's stealing jokes. So have you seen?
I haven't seen stealing a joke, but like I have a joke about all the races I am, because I'm black, I'm Hispanic, I'm white, I'm Indian. And I say a joke about like I'm this percent this, and then I start hearing people like I'm 50% Ukrainian, and then I'm 20%. So I can see sometimes okay, it's an influence, but that makes you feel good, right? I shouldn't feel like
what did you take from it?
That's mine. I'm the race guy.
That means you did something right. Exactly. That means people are talking about something you did, and they're like, I need a piece of that. Okay, I get what you're saying.
Well, I'll let you go, Tay.
All right. Well, I'm going to combine two of my questions into one.
He's 50% Ukrainian. Aren't y'all that
Yeah.
Why aren't you home? My first thought.
You gotta want to be fighting. The two questions are kind of the same, but they're different. The first one is comedy complicated? Like, the act of comedy, is that complicated? And the reason I'm combining them, and y'all gonna laugh, is being a comedian difficult? I know they sound kind of similar, but they're different. Is comedy complicated? Whereas like, I've had a small number of people tell me I'm funny, but I don't think I can be
in public eye, on stage, everybody looking at your lights on, sweating, hot.
Yeah, and then
I would have took that shirt off. He gotta go.
Being a comedian difficult, where it's like is being a comedian like a difficult occupation? Like, do people, since you're a comedian, not always take you serious? Like, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like,
you're funny, man.
Right. Tell me a joke.
Right.
This is Walgreens.
Yeah. Well, like, is being a comedian difficult, and is comedy difficult? Like,
I got you. Yeah, it is. It is super difficult. You're trying to make a room full of strangers laugh. You don't know, and the audience, it changes. We're real different if the white Southerners versus the whole black crowd. It's a different thing. So try to connect with that individual audience.
Yeah.
Make that holding a specific thing. Yeah. And then as a comedian, all the time. People always ask me, tell me a joke. You're funny.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Well, it's like,
and you go, no.
So
pay me.
That leads into a different question. is there a difference between a funny guy and a comedian where it's like, I can just go, like, you get what I'm saying?
100%.
Okay.
Because stand-up, you are your whole thing. You are creating things, you are writing things,
Yeah.
you're rehearsing things, you're timing things. For people that are funny, like, in conversation, I tell them to go do improv. Because improv...
You can make up on the spot, that's what you do. You can bring your personality to it.
And it comes out way easier. And that's great, too. I love improv, too. So.
Okay.
And kind of to piggyback off of it, since I got you and I got some of your time, basically some of the things that you mentioned, this is something that I've noticed. Would you agree that a lot of comedians have a dark past?
Yeah, I do.
I do. Why is that?
I do.
Like, what? I always look at it, I'm like, why you gotta be fucked up? Why does your past have to be fucked up, but you're funny as fuck? Like, how does that... I don't know the inner workings of it. Like, damn, if you name off a lot of them, all the greats had a bad past. I'm like, damn, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So, what is it about comedy that attracted you?
I'd say from an early age, it's a skill I learned, right?
Okay.
Like, so, my aunt used to work overnights, right? And I was like 3, 4, and I could realize, she's like, oh, let me go to bed. But I realized if I came in silly, haha, keep her up, it worked out for me, right? Because then I'm getting more attention, and then, you know, I was a fat kid, so of course, I'm going to roast this motherfucker over here real quick, so
gotta hurry up.
You don't talk about me!
Yeah, okay.
So it's just a skill that, you know, that you came with, and then also just turning your pain into something positive. Like, what are you gonna do? If I keep sitting in my pain, then I'm probably gonna start doing drugs and shit. And like, I'm just gonna be in here, right? But if I can turn that into something positive, turn it into a good thing, give it back to the world.
Well, hold on. I only got two more questions. Excuse me. Sorry. I got kind of an interesting look on that one. First, I do agree that it's like a learned ability where it's like,
that's how you was raised and you brought up.
No, not necessarily. Like, if you wouldn't know it now, but like early elementary school, I used to get picked on a little bit. I didn't fully form out yet, you know, so.
You was low and.
Yeah, so, you know, people do it to you, and then it's like, all right, I gotta
shoot before I get shot.
Yeah, I can't keep it done like that.
Yeah.
And you learn basically what I'm talking about is bullying, but
right. I gotta become the predator, so not the prey.
You learn.
Let me put that.
You learn how to pick things out on people from how they pick things out on you. Where it's like, okay, you said that about me, then I'm gonna say this about you.
You must have seen them shoes that you had on today.
Then you get what I'm saying. Then the other part is, I guess, it's well known that like, well, not well known, but they say it a lot in like movies and stuff. But that person is usually not having the best time at home. So in order to make themselves feel good, like about what's going on, I'm gonna pick on you. And then, like you said, people gonna laugh. You know, I'm
getting validated.
Yeah. And then, as far as like, how do people with the with the bad past, how they become comedians? It's like, I guess in a sense they would rather make people feel better than how they feel. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where it's like, and this is gonna sound bad, but a lot of we used to call them unks, but a lot of the misfortunate people on the streets are funny, but it's like
they chose a different route instead of they didn't have a proper outlet.
Yeah, where it's like, I'm not really worried about what I got at this point. Like you said, where it's like, I don't really have much going on, but I can make
Other people out.
Yeah, where it's like, and they were good people, but it just, you know, like we mentioned VA last week. It was a dude in our neighborhood. He will.
Well, you got like an undiscovered schizophrenic talent. You're like, all right, you need a microphone. Like,
probably, but it's like,
come here.
I don't know. It's just, I feel like it's something about
turning your pain into art.
Yeah.
It's that's why I asked, because I always found that extraordinary. Like, these guys become multi-millionaires, but also caveat, a lot of them also self-destruct at the top, at the summit. And that's why I was like, damn, like, how do you turn? I know how you can turn your pain into art, but how do you maintain that and not crash out at the top? That's why I'm looking at somebody like Kevin Hart, Cat Williams. I have so much admiration for those guys, because they fucking hit the summit and didn't burn out. And I'm just like, God, woo! It's something about this form of art that is powerful enough to change what you got going on into a positive, and also make you rich at the same time.
Yeah, right? Isn't the dream? Right.
Now let me ask you this.
Hold on. But that's why, like, Bernie Mac was one of my favorite comedians, because his, like, if you, like, I don't want to say study him, because I ain't studying, but if you, like, watch stuff about him, he ain't have a good life either, but I tried to steal some of his words in my explanation, and it went bad, but he explained it a little bit, because, I don't know, the way he was talking about it, where it was like, I feel like he was one of the funny guys that was good at being a comedian, because it's like, he always used to be like, well, I ain't gonna say always, but motherfucker, you can't say shit about me, because I know, like, basically,
I know I'm fucked up.
Yeah. So
your pants got a hole in it right now.
Yeah, like,
right where the ass part at.
Like, he was able to make fun of his life to make other people laugh. I guess is what I was trying to say.
And I know I wouldn't do this justice if I didn't ask this. Have you ever been booed before? And what is that feel? And what is that feeling like? Because hold on, before you answer, because a lot of comedians, a lot of interviews that I watch and I see, no, I don't get, motherfucker, I know when you was grounded and it was a booth somewhere.
Right.
Like, don't sell me the. I love to see the win, the underdog win, but I also want the truth now.
Okay, this one time sticks out for me is I made a joke about how I hate snickerdoodle cookies.
Oh,
I will
terrible!
Never forget.
Terrible! They're not.
Whoa!
The room was split. The room was split. So a lot of people were like, what the? And I could keep it.
Try Snickers.
No,
I like cinnamon.
Snickerdoodle are the plug, bro. Y'all
if he was in the audience that night, he'd probably be upset about that shit too. But that was my most divisive piece, and I was like, wow. Cookies, flavor, that's a too sensitive subject.
Cookies matter.
Just be glad there won't no Girl Scouts in there.
Oh my God.
You would have needed to be escorted.
I'm still
he cut into my money.
It's just a sugar cookie with cinnamon, y'all. Wake the fuck up. That's all it is.
And on that note, what did I say?
Because I still got two more.
Really?
Did you have any more questions?
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Oh, because I got two more questions. I'm going to save my favorite question for last. You probably have gotten this question a lot, but how long does it take to write a joke or like a whole like set? Yeah, like how long does that actually take?
Oh, like how many? Have you said a 5-minute set, a 30-minute set?
A full set. I'll say full. Not a half. We'll get half hour.
Okay, a full good half hour that you worked. I'd say it would take you up to a year.
Damn!
Dang!
To try out perfect.
Okay.
And you know,
makes
like
sense now.
30 minutes. I got anywhere I can do this 30 minutes.
Damn.
You know.
That because I like for stuff to be put in perspective for me. So like, if it take a year to do 30 minutes, then those like hour specials have been worked on.
Yeah, that's why you usually see it once a year, right? You usually see someone with a special once a year, And they usually do that either before the tour, or like at the end of the tour, like whatever.
That give me a little bit more respect for Marlon.
Because
he's been coming out. I don't know if you follow him, but he's been coming out with a special every year, almost. And he said that's what he wanted to do, but I'm just like, damn, you've been going an hour, sometimes an hour 20.
Right.
But you see what I'm saying though? With that, put it.
Yeah. And then you can go with your last one, because after this one, after that one, I'm gonna do mine. Then we're gonna wrap.
Okay. All right. No, I wanna because I'd like. All right, I'm gonna ask my question. The best should go first. Cause I think this is a great question. If you had the chance to perform at any venue, where would you choose and why? You got the chance to perform anywhere. They let you choose. Where?
Well, you know, I'm an old New Yorker.
Yeah,
so
I was saying,
Madison Square Garden.
Okay.
That's gonna be like a full circle moment for me, because I was born in New York, raised there.
Okay.
So that'd be it. And come on, it's fucking New York, baby.
Everybody knows. I think that's the pinnacle. Like I think the pinnacle is once you perform there. Now, of course, just performing there is great, but I feel like once you sell it out, I feel like from what I've seen from the reaction of people that have done it, it just looks like that's just not the highest you can go, but that's when you're at the summit looking at the.
This is
my career for the rest of my life.
Right, exactly. I have done it. Yeah, I feel like that's when you get all the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, it's like a level setting where it's like I have this under my belt. Like,
I know that bag gotta be crazy too, though.
That's what I'm saying. Where it's like not necessarily saying you should abandon the smaller places, but it's like once I get Madison Square Garden under my belt, you gotta come correct.
Sorry, Tony Bone. Love what you did for me, but
no. I ain't saying leave them, but you know,
we definitely gotta renegotiate.
Once every 6 months, maybe, you know, because I know once you get in Madison Square, everybody on the phone. Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. I like that question. I think that's a
great question.
He was on it. I made sure.
Because, bro, that's like for a performer, where you perform, you know.
It matters.
Like if I play, I want to play basketball at Rucker Park. If you can't tell from the
I
references.
might be scared. I might have to come with a script. Just in case.
It'll be in the, hey, what he say in the movie? I'll be back. I'm gonna get my gun. Shoot all you motherfuckers. But
you gotta look different laws. You go get that gun, be gone forever. Go get that mandatory 10. That's the shit.
You're right. But as a performer, like where you perform is like important. Like
I can feel that.
You get what I'm saying? Like everybody has that one place they want to perform. Like if I was in the NBA, I want to play at Staples. It's not Staples anymore. The house that Kobe built. But you know, other than Staples, as like a basketball player, Rucker Park would be that for me. Okay. So
still gonna need that gun.
Madison Square Garden.
But before we wrap up here, all right. Now, with that being said, I'm just gonna go on the last one. First things first, we definitely appreciate you for stopping past. We appreciate you for coming in, because you know a lot of people, not say in this line of work or where we're at currently, don't have the time or really push it aside. So we appreciate you coming out. My last question for you before we head out. Of course, this is, I know everybody asks this question, but I want to ask it anyway. What's your top 5 comedians?
Ooh, top 5. That's the first time I've had that many. But I'll tell you.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
Maria Bamford.
Okay.
I see Jessica Pearson is a great one too. Let's see. Jim Gaffigan, Lewis Black.
And then, before we leave out, what would you say to somebody that's in your position, aspiring to be a comedian, or don't know where to start? What advice would you give them?
I tell them take a class just to see. Sometimes you can see your classmates be so terrible. You're like, exactly. I've been funny. Wow. Or just to build your confidence up, I just start like with a class, like for real, and comedy, I say, is still an even, like, out of entertainment, it's one of the more even playing fields. Okay. If you're fucking funny, come in and do it, and we'll listen. It's one of those still that you could still just jump right into if you're good enough.
And with that being said, y'all, we definitely appreciate y'all tuning in for this episode. Until next time, make sure you continue to watch, comment, like, subscribe, share, all the above. Make sure you follow him as well. And we appreciate you guys tuning in. We out. Bye.
Average Joe.